I'm Aqua Alex, and you're watching Aqua Alex Live. Let's learn about tropical fish today. Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to the second episode of Life in the Amazon here on Aqua Alex Live. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you're having a great day, and I appreciate your view. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, if you aren't subscribed already. So today on Life in the Amazon, I am going to be talking about the most dangerous aquatic creatures that share the Amazon River with the thousands of species of tropical fish that come into the aquarium hobby from South America. So, um, the Amazon River in South America is home to thousands of species of fish, many of which come into the aquarium hobby. And I think it is better that wild caught fish from South America are imported into the aquarium hobby rather than being preyed upon by animals like the caiman, the green anaconda, and the giant river otter. So today, the goal is to educate everybody on the predators that prey on the tropical fish that come into the aquarium hobby from the Amazon and South America. Fish that I love, like silver dollars, piranha, pacu, cichlids, and catfish, are often eaten by river otters, anacondas, and some of the other animals that we are going to be talking about today. And the other species we're going to be talking about today pose a significant health threat to humans and other animal life in South America. So I think it'd be an awesome topic today. Before we begin, I would like to invite everybody to check out the very first episode of Life in the Amazon, which was on fish with teeth. I talked about piranhas, pacus, barracuda, and dorado. So check out that episode on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, and go on my Aqua Alex Live playlist. And you'll be able to learn about two fish with teeth on the first episode of Life in the Amazon. Shout out to my friend Jeff, who is watching us live. I am doing great. How are you doing, Jeff? Thank you so much for tuning in. And we also have Fishing UK. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the show. All right, so let's get started. So, as always, if you have any questions, post them in the comments and I will answer them. And if you have any species of dangerous aquatic creatures in South America you want to share, post them in the comments as well. And I will talk about them here on today's video. All right, so let's get started. The first most dangerous aquatic creature in South America is actually a species of tropical fish, and it is the electric eel. The electric eel is an absolutely ugly looking fish. I think the eel is absolutely hideous. The electric eel is absolutely ugly, in my personal opinion. Now, the electric eel is actually not a true eel. It is not an eel like the American eel. It is actually a type of knife fish that is more closely related to the black ghost knife and other South American knife fish. Now, the electric eel is an air breather, which means it comes to the surface to breathe air, and they can grow up to 8 feet in length. So the electric eel is a rather large fish that is very, very creepy and ugly. Now, electric eels have three pairs of abdominal organs that produce electricity. They have the main organ, the hunter's organ, and the sacs organ. These organs make up 4/5 of their body and give electric eels the ability to generate two types of electrical organ discharges: low voltage and high voltage. These organs are made of electrocytes lined up so a current of ions can flow through them, and stacked so each one adds to a potential difference. Now, electric eels can shock or electrocute their prey, which stunts them, allowing them to swallow their prey whole. So they will actually shock and electrocute small fish like tetras and cichlids and other amphibians to eat them as part of their diet. So electric eels are a pretty cool fish, although they are quite dangerous. Electric eels can also defend themselves against anacondas and caiman by electrocuting and killing them. And there's actually a video here on YouTube where you can see an electric eel killing the caiman by shocking him. But unfortunately, the electric eel also lost his life. Most of the time that the electric eel fights back, it results in the eel losing its life as well. So, but I think it is pretty cool that electric eels can defend themselves from other predators like the caiman and the anaconda. Human deaths from electric eels are extremely rare. However, multiple shocks can cause respiratory or heart failure, and people have been known to drown in shallow water after a stunning jolt. So, electric eels are a creature to watch out for, but they won't harm people living in the United States. They are becoming more popular in the aquarium hobby. I see them imported from time to time, and I always ask myself, why do people want to keep an electric eel in a home aquarium? Number one, you can't have tank mates with them because they will kill them, and it might not even be on purpose. A good example would be from the story of Mice and Men, Lenny. And Lenny was playing with the puppy, and he did not intentionally set out to kill the puppy, but he just did it because he was so strong. Well, the same can be said for the electric eel. They cannot control when they set out their electrical charges, so they may accidentally kill their tank mates, or they may kill them on purpose trying to eat them. So I don't think electric eels should be kept in aquariums. I think they should be kept where they belong, in the wild. Plus, they get really big, so they need a really large aquarium, and it will be a single solitary fish aquarium, and they're not really active in the home aquarium. Uh, so they would be a very boring fish. All right, let's get to our next aquatic creature that is the most dangerous. And as my friend Fishing UK says, snakes are deadlier next to anything. And that's interesting because our next aquatic creature is actually a snake. And it is one of my personal favorite snakes. It is the green anaconda, one of the largest snakes in the world. It is the heaviest snake in the world. It is rumored to grow up to 17 to 20 feet in length. That is a very, very big snake. I would be intimidated if I came across a 17 to 20-foot anaconda. Very, very creepy. Now, anacondas are found in South America, east of the Andes. You can find them in countries including Colombia, Venezuela, the Guyanas, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, the island of Trinidad, and as far south as North Paraguay. Now, the good thing about the green anaconda is that they are not venomous. They're actually a species of boa constrictors, and they kill their prey by wrapping their full body around the prey and suffocating them before swallowing them whole. So basically, the anaconda will squeeze their prey to death, which sounds like a very painful death. But honestly, if I was to be eaten by an anaconda, I would rather be squeezed to death rather than bitten and suffer pain. So I think the prey has a little bit of mercy there. They don't have to suffer from a bite. Anacondas live in swamps, marshes, and slow moving streams, mainly in the tropical rainforests of the Amazon and Orinoco basins. Their diet is fish, amphibians, other snake species, smaller snakes. They will, on occasion, resort to cannibalism and eat other anacondas if they don't have any other food sources, mammals, and birds. Their prey include capybaras, caiman, red side-necked turtles, pecaries, deer, etc. But they generally don't do a giant meal unless they're starving or they haven't eaten in a long time. So it's really important to note that. Now, the green anaconda can actually swallow a human being whole, but they generally don't attack humans unless the human is in their territory and causing the anaconda to react. So the anaconda, very cool animal, but one to be respected because A, it's 17 to 20 feet long and it kills by suffocating, and it can kill and eat a human being, which is absolutely disturbing. All right, moving on to our next dangerous aquatic creature. And this creature is featured a lot on the TV show River Monsters, hosted by fish biologist Jeremy Wade. It is not the main suspect in that TV show, but it is seen on a lot of his Amazon adventures, and that is because it is one of the largest predators in South America, and that is the black caiman. The black caiman is a member of the alligator family. Now, the black caiman is very dangerous to humans and dogs and cats and other mammals. So, if you live in South America, keep your dogs and yourself away from black caiman because attacks have occurred in the past. Although it has not resulted in death, it can. Now, the black caiman is one of the largest species of alligators. They can grow up to 16 feet in length, making it a very large reptile. The black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon ecosystem, preying on a variety of fish, reptiles, birds, and mammals. It is a generalist and apex predator, potentially capable of taking any animal within its range, including other predators. Diet includes fish such as piranhas, catfish and cichlids, capybaras, smaller anacondas, birds, and other mammals. Large prey that cannot be swallowed whole are often stored so that the flesh will rot enough to allow the caiman to take bites out of the flesh. Ugh, that's disgusting. But this is a very dangerous reptile. So humans in South America should come nowhere near this animal because it will attack. And you can never tell how a wild caiman is going to act. So it's very important to keep your distance away from a black caiman. All right. Our next aquatic animal that is dangerous is another species of snake. This one is a very venomous species of snake. It is called the South American It is the South American pit viper. Now, pit vipers are found all over the world, but the one we're talking about today is from South America. And although it is a very cool looking snake, it is very dangerous. It can cause death in humans and mammals. It is very, very venomous. So you want to stay away from a pit viper because it can harm you. Now, the pit viper eats reptiles and amphibians like frogs and lizards, insects and small mammals, crayfish, eels, and more. Now, because um, the pit viper lives near humans, it has a reputation of biting people. One of the reasons so many people are bitten is because of its association with human habitation, which means they live close to houses and they often go inside people's houses to bite them and inject them with their venom. So they're very venomous snakes and they can kill people slowly. Bite symptoms include pain, oozing from the puncture wounds, local swelling that may increase for up to 36 hours, bruising that spreads from the bite site, blisters, numbness, mild fever, headache, bleeding from the nose and gums, vomiting, and so much more. So it sounds like a very painful snake bite. Thank God I don't live in South America, so I don't have to come in contact with a pit viper. But if you think that bite is bad, wait till you hear about the South American coral snake, which we're going to talk about a little bit later on. That venom is deadly. And when I tell you the symptoms of the coral snake, you are going to be terrified of the coral snake. I can guarantee that. All right. So the next aquatic creature we're going to talk about that is very dangerous, a lot of you might know about, and this is a really cute species of frog. I have a lot of respect for this frog. When I lived in Massachusetts, I saw them at a pet store that specialized in um, frogs, and I thought they were very cool, but they are also very deadly. They have really strong venom, and that is the poison dart frog. And as you can see with this deep blue coloration, they are a very amazing animal. Very, very cool looking. So the poison dart frog is dangerous not only to humans, but other animals that may try and consume the poison dart frog. If I was an animal, I would be afraid of consuming the poison dart frog because it could be a very lethal mistake. All right, so the poison dart frog is very poisonous. It has enough poison to kill 10 grown men. That's right, 10 grown men can die from the poison of a poison dart frog. Their bright coloration advertises unpalatability to potential predators. And the poison dart frog can be found in Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Suriname, French Guiana, and Peru. So they're all over South America. And they're a very small frog. They only grow up to an inch to 2 inches in length, and they eat insects, which is pretty cool. So if you don't like insects like me, poison dart frogs are for you. But what keeps me away from keeping the poison dart frog is the poison, because like I said earlier, it has enough poison to kill 10 grown men. And that is scary. Very, very scary. My friend Steve's Aquatics is in the house, and he says, "What about the Mapingari?" I don't know what that is. I'm going to research it right now, and we'll all find out together. Mapingari. Oh, it's a myth. It's a very cool. a monstrous entity said to live in the Amazon River forest. That's pretty cool. So Steve has given us an answer about it, a better one than I could. He said the Mapingari is said to be a huge sloth-like creature which stands up over 6 feet in height with reddish fur and wicked curved claws. It is said to emit an ear-piercing, blood-curdling scream. It sounds like William T. I think William T. is a Mapingari now. That's funny. Oh my god. I needed a good laugh today. That was funny. All right. So our next aquatic creature that is very dangerous is yet another species of snake, and it is the aquatic coral snake. Now, I do agree that the coral snake, the South American aquatic coral snake, is a very pretty animal. I like the red and black coloration. However, it is extremely dangerous, and one should avoid all encounters with this snake as possible, as much as possible. Even the people that dive in South America, the fishermen and the locals, stay away from the coral snake because it is a very venomous snake that can cause a lot of harm to the human body and other animals. Now, the aquatic coral snake is known to have mainly aquatic habitats. It swims very well and can remain submerged for a long period. It has mainly nocturnal habits, although it can also be active during the day. You can find these in Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, French Guiana, Peru, Suriname, and Venezuela. It occurs mainly in the drainages of the Orinoco River and the Amazon rainforest. It is found in humid forest with low mountains and tropical forest along streams, rivers, and bodies of water. Now, the coral snake feeds on fish and smaller snakes and amphibians. Like I said earlier, it is a very venomous snake. Its venom can kill a human, so stay away. Here are the symptoms of an attack from a coral snake. It can cause paralysis of the cranial nerves, and it can be fatal. Although bites are rare, a well reported case occurred in the Amazon where an 18-year-old biology student was bitten on the finger while trying to capture the animal. The victim arrived at the hospital in 20 minutes, where he complained of blurred vision, difficulty speaking, swallowing, walking, and opening his eyelids. That's horrible. The victim also had respiratory failure as well as foam in the nose and mouth. And generally, when a person has foam in the nose and the mouth, that means that death is very near. That person is dying, is an indication. So the victim required mechanical ventilation due to severe breathing difficulties. And that is just from a bite of the South American aquatic coral snake. Very, very, very dangerous and scary. So, Fishing UK, Glasgow says Google A. Yes, some of the information is coming from Google, and that is because I am not a scientist or a biologist, so I don't have all the scientific information on the animals, but I am providing information, so I want to make sure that I'm giving out the best information that I can. But the next creature that I'm going to talk about, I know about, so I don't have to read information on this next creature. And this one is actually a species of tropical fish. It is the largest species of tropical fish that comes from the Amazon, and it is the arapaima, which is a very cool fish if you ask me. It grows to be about 7 to 8 feet in length and can weigh about 400 to 500 pounds. Now, this fish is not actively seeking out to injure mammals or humans, but it certainly can with the power that it has in its body length and weight. This fish is an air breather, which means it'll come to the surface to breathe air and get oxygen in its lungs. Now, one of the scariest things about the arapaima is that it will come to the surface to eat birds that are looking for fish prey or they're around the surface of the water. So, arapaima will eat birds that are close to the water, which is kind of scary. Imagine being a local fisherman and seeing a 6 to 8 foot fish come up to the surface, jump up, and eat a bird off the tree. That is pretty creepy. But this fish can cause significant harm to humans that try to fish for the arapaima. A good example of this is from the series River Monsters, where Jeremy Wade suffered cracked ribs, I believe, and a couple of other injuries when he was fishing for arapaima, and very, very scary. Very, very heavy fish. I would never go anywhere near an arapaima. I definitely respect this fish. I respect their environment. I definitely would not put myself in a position where I could get crushed by an arapaima with all that weight. It's very, very creepy. But this is another fish that is slowly coming into the aquarium hobby more and more. I actually just finished an order of some South American fish that are coming in for my personal aquarium. And I saw Arapuma gigas on the stock list, and I was like, why are people still collecting these for the aquarium hobby? No one has a proper pond or huge aquarium to house an Arapima. They need upwards of 10,000 gallons to properly keep, and no one has that. Not everybody is like the Ohio Fish Rescue, where they can create a huge pool into a massive fish pond. So I don't understand why arapaima and electric eels are being brought into the aquarium hobby. Like I said earlier, electric eels will kill every tank mate, whether on purpose or not, by their electricity. And arapaima just get way too big for any aquarium, and they'll end up eating all of their tank mates. But arapaima really pose no significant threat to people of South America other than their weight, and when they like move around when they're being caught in a fish net, that is 500 pounds moving around, and that could break bones and kill people. I've heard stories of people being injured by catching these monsters. Very cool fish, but one that belongs in the wild and should not be imported into the aquarium hobby. And I know this is going to be a very controversial statement, but even people with 10,000-gallon aquariums and ponds should not be able to get arapaima. I think they're best left in the wild and in the farmers where they're being farmed for food. That's about it. I think if people left arapaima alone in the wild, their populations will increase. There's been a drastic decline in wild arapaima populations over the years, and mostly that is due to overfishing for food, and the juveniles are collected for the aquarium hobby, which is sad, kind of. But anyways, moving along, we're going to talk about another dangerous aquatic creature, and it is another species of fish, and it is one of my personal favorite species of fish, and that is the freshwater stingray. A very cool looking fish, but it does have something that other fish don't have as a defense mechanism, and that is a poisonous barb at the end of their tail. Now, stingrays generally only use that in self defense. So if they feel like they're about to be attacked, they're going to use their tail that is armed with a poisonous barb. And one thing to worry about with freshwater stingrays is that their venom is a lot more toxic than a saltwater stingray, which means it will be much worse than a saltwater stingray. So you will need to seek treatment right away. So most of the people that get injured in South America from a stingray happen because they weren't wearing shoes, they weren't aware of their surroundings, and they stepped on a stingray, resulting in the stingray defending itself by using its barbed tail. So most stingray attacks are actually accidents, but um, it can be avoided if you look at the sand and you could see a stingray, you'll be able to avoid getting stung. But stingrays are very cool fish. And one thing about stingrays that most people don't know is that stingrays can actually defend themselves against giant otters, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. There has been otters that have been found with stings from stingrays, and that likely happened when the otter was fishing for piranhas or other species of fish, and it went to the bottom near the stingray and got stung. So that's pretty interesting and pretty cool. So some other information to know about freshwater stingrays, other than what I told you, is that freshwater stingrays, there are more than 2,000 injuries reported per year, and most of those are accidents. In addition to pain caused by the barbed stinger itself and the venom, bacterial infections of the wounds are common and may account for a greater part of long term problems in stinging victims than the actual venom. The stings are typically highly painful and are occasionally fatal to humans, especially people living in rural areas that only seek professional medical help when the symptoms have become severe. So, 9 times out of 10, a lot of the locals don't get medical treatment until it is too late. But most of them, they have natural remedies that they only know of, and they use it to cure stingray uh, stings or whatever you want to call it. But the locals do fear stingrays. Anytime a local fisherman or someone that is used to the river sees a stingray, unfortunately, they spear it to death, which is very, very sad because I do love the freshwater stingrays, especially the Matoro and the Leopoldi stingray. Those are my two favorites. And there are some people that have them in the home aquarium, and they do a great job keeping freshwater stingrays. All right, my friend Steve Aquatics has another funny joke, and he's talking about an aquatic creature known as Tewillium an air-breathing creature said to roam the forests of the Philippines. It feeds on discus, angelfish, and other warm tropical temperature fish. It has an extremely big mouth with no teeth, and it also has a hole in the head. That's funny. That was a good one. All right. So moving on to our next dangerous aquatic creature from South America. This one is our only mammal that we are talking about on today's edition of Life in the Amazon, and it is the giant river otter. A lot of people think that this is a cute animal, but it is very devastating to the tropical fish population in South America, and it eats a lot of fish. It eats most of its weight in a day eating tropical fish. So the giant otter is the largest member of the weasel family. It is the noisiest otter species, and it has distinct vocalizations that have been documented that indicate alarm, aggression, and reassurance. Now, the river otter eats mostly fish, but it will occasionally attack crabs turtles, snakes, and small caimans. They eat piranhas mostly, which include the Pygrocentrus, Cerosomus, and the Mentinus and the Mylius. I think pacus would be way too big for this animal to eat, but one of their favorites is Pocostomus. If you look up on Google, you look up giant river otter, you will see pictures of the otter destroying a pleco. They love catfish, especially the tiger shovelnose and cichlids. Cichlids are another favorite of the giant river otter. So for those of you who like wild-caught South American cichlids, piranhas, plecos, and catfish, like I do, then the giant river otter is your enemy because they are competing with you to eat this fish. But the way they eat their prey is absolutely morbid and disgusting. Instead of waiting for their fish to die, they begin taking bites out of their head. So they eat their prey head first. And how do I know that? Well, I seen a video on YouTube of a river otter eating a freshly caught piranha, eating its prey head first with the piranha still alive. Disgusting, I know. They are social animals. They're always in groups, although they may hunt separately unless they are going after a animal that is too large for them, like a caiman. They're a specialized swimmer, and they can catch fish rather quickly. They usually lure the fish into shallow areas where it is cornered and grabbed. It can fight off caiman, anacondas, and jaguars. So it is one of the apex predators of South America. A lot of people think of the anaconda and the caiman and the jaguars as the apex predators of the Amazon, but you really have to put the giant river otter up on the list as well because they not only do they attack fish, but they will also become very aggressive to caiman, anaconda, and jaguars. And it has been reported that they've also killed a couple of caiman and anacondas. And there's actually a lot of videos on YouTube where it shows a group of river otters killing caiman, which is shocking if you believe me. Very, very shocking. The river otter can be dangerous to humans, but it'll be very rare to run in with a river otter simply because humans don't live in the river. But if you were to come in close contact with a group of river otters and they had cubs or babies, then it would be fair game. They probably would attack you because they are very territorial. But they do get injured by other animals. The electric eel can shock the giant otter. The stingray can sting the giant otter, and piranhas can attack the otter from behind. There have been giant otters that have been spotted with piranha bites, stingray stings, and shocks from an electric eel, which is pretty cool. All right, the next creature we're going to talk about is the kangaroo, which I really don't know much about other than it's a parasitic catfish that is really small, usually less than 3 inches, and it attacks fish by sucking the blood out of the fish. And it has been rumored that it goes inside the human and it can live inside the human. There have been reports of one of these fish going inside a male's private area, including almost into the testicles, which is pretty disgusting. This fish is very, very small, so you wouldn't see it. Very, very creepy. And I don't want to talk much about it because what it can do to the human body is very, very gross. All right, let's talk about a species of turtle that can be dangerous to small fish, and that is a very interesting mata turtle, which resembles a leaf in my opinion. Look how cool this species looks. This species uses a special disguise to eat smaller fish. It floats like a leaf and it has a vacuum mouth where it sucks in and swallows fish. Fish like cardinal tetras, Romeo's tetras, small fish, opistogrammas, and rams are quickly eaten by the Matamata turtle. Pretty cool looking turtle, but it does destroy the small fish population, and it does do a number on the species that are imported into the aquarium hobby. All right, the last animal we're going to talk about, we talked about briefly on episode 1, the fish with teeth, and that is the red belly piranha, or piranhas in general, and pacus. These species aren't actively seeking out to injure anybody. Where the injuries occur is when they are caught on a line. And when fishermen are unhooking the piranha can bite, which can lead to serious injuries or even decapitation of a finger or um, any other body part. So if you are fishing in South America, just be wary that a piranha can do serious damage. So make sure you wear gloves or have a local native to South America show you how to properly bring in a piranha catch. All right. Well, that is this episode of Life in the Amazon. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the most dangerous aquatic creatures in South America. And also, I hope my friend Steve and I gave you a few laughs during the show as we talk about a former special guest that I used to have on my podcast who was pretty funny. But most of all, this was a very fun show. I had a blast talking about the most dangerous aquatic creatures in South America because when do I get to talk about some of the animals that I like the giant green anacondas? I love the anacondas, uh, the stingrays, the caimans. Those are all animals that I have a lot of respect for, and I often will watch videos of them on YouTube. So it is pretty interesting. One of these days, one of the things that is on my bucket list before I go, which will probably be in 40 years from now, um, I would like to go to the Amazon and see the wildlife there, go fishing and see what fish I can collect, and see anacondas and caiman in person and stuff like that. I could go to the New England Aquarium and see a green anaconda in that display aquarium, but I actually want to see them in their natural habitat. But that would be a really cool vacation in my personal experience. So I would say that the first 2 episodes of Life in the Amazon have been a huge success. I got a ton of viewership on the first episode, and I saw a lot of live viewers today. So this is very interesting. I'm glad this series is becoming a hit. I started this series years ago on my podcast, Aquatic Wetline, but now we are doing it better here on my YouTube channel. So before I end today's video, I've got a couple of announcements that I'm going to share with you. Next week's episode of Life in the Amazon is going to be about the most unique aquatic creatures in South America. So next week, I'm going to talk about the South American lungfish. And yes, there's a species of lungfish that comes from South America. I'll talk about the Pipa Pipa toad, which is a pretty cool toad. I'll talk about the pink river dolphin, aka the Boto, which is pretty cool. And some other unique aquatic creatures will be discussed next Thursday. So join me next Thursday, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific, for a discussion on the most unique aquatic creatures in South America. And then on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I'll be hosting the final Q&A of 2021. So tune in to the Fish Keepers Q&A December 2021 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Get your questions in now. Alex Go Yankees Cardinale 19 at gmail.com. You can send me text questions or you can film a video asking questions and I will answer them. This week's or this month's Q&A is going to be Christmas themed, so I'll have a couple of Christmas themed aquarium topics such as what presents to give fish keepers, and I'll also talk about if the internet has benefited or ruined the aquarium hobby. All that is this Tuesday, December 14th at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And the last thing is make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Remember, I'm kicking off 2021. I'm kicking off 2022 with a legendary interview with Kevin, the new owner of Tangled Up in Cichlids. That's going to be awesome. All right, guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you learned a lot about the most dangerous aquatic creatures in South America. Peace out, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Aqua Alex Cardinale saying, enjoy the aquarium hobby, do your water changes, and feed your fish quality food. Goodbye, everybody. Aqua Alex Cardinale here, and I'm here to announce the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. On Sunday, March 6, 2022, I will proudly celebrate my 8th year as a YouTuber. And to celebrate and say thank you to all the amazing aquarium hobbyists and tropical fish keepers who have supported my YouTube channel over the last 8 years, I am doing the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. There are 3 amazing prizes. The first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Tangled Up in Cichlids. Tangled Up in Cichlids is home to many awesome South and Central American cichlids such as Oscars, Severums, Waru, Angelfish, Jack Dempsey's, Viajas, and much more. They also have catfish, plecos, cherisons, and even African cichlids. The second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Aquatic Rarities, Inc., aka Malone's Monsters. Now, Bob at Malone's Monsters and Aquatic Rarities is a true aquarium hobbyist with a love for monster fish and tropical fish in general. You will find things like lungfish, Lipterus, arowanas, four-eyed anablips, and more cool oddball fish at Aquatic Rarities. And the last prize giveaway, and the third prize, is Little Egypt Aquarium Club gift certificate donated by Little Egypt Aquarium Club founder Jeremy Stellhorn. Now, on the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you will find aquarium supplies for sale, like Fluval FX6 canister filter, hang on the back filters, aquarium heaters, and some awesome tropical fish food. You will be able to use that gift certificate to purchase some amazing aquarium supplies. So, aquarium hobbyists, to enter this giveaway, it's really simple. All you need to do is film a video of your aquarium and your tropical fish. In the video, talk about your favorite tropical fish species. Then tell me about what new fish you want to get and what aquarium supplies you can use. So, since Tangled Up in Cichlids and Aquatic Rarities only supply freshwater fish, it is beneficial for freshwater hobbyists to enter. However, saltwater hobbyists are encouraged to enter as well. And if a saltwater hobbyist wins, they will win a gift card to either Live Aquaria or Blue Zoo Aquatics, provided that the winner is a saltwater hobbyist. So all you've got to do is film a video of your aquarium and your fish, and also talk about your favorite tropical fish species, talk about what new fish you want to get, and what aquarium supplies you can use. Email your video to alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com by no later than March 1st, 2022. In your email, leave your name, your contact information in case you win, and of course, your video. Each video entry will be uploaded to my channel and in my giveaway playlist. The top 3 videos with the most views and likes will be the 3 winners, and they will be announced live on March 6, 2022 during my 8-year YouTube anniversary celebration live stream. Good luck, aquarium hobbyists. This contest is open to every aquarium hobbyist, whether freshwater or saltwater, and any aquarium hobbyist in the United States of America. So enter right now. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your videos. Remember the deadline to enter, March 1st. Thank you for watching this episode of Aqua Alex Live here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I hope you, the amazing tropical fish keepers, enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, if you enjoyed this video, to see some more awesome episodes of Aqua Alex Live. Tank on, fish keepers, and I'll see you on the next Aqua Alex Live. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! Santa Claus Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the inaugural Christmas 2021 Bash, airing live just 2 days before Christmas, Thursday, December 23rd, 2021, at 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific. Join me, Santa Claus Alex Cardinale, for a fun Christmas 2021 bash, featuring an appearance from Chef Alex with Chef Alex's best cookie recipes. I have a very important message to give as Santa Claus, and I'll give out Christmas present ideas and so much more. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays. Mark your calendars, Thursday, December 23rd, 2021, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific. Christmas 2021 Bash, live right here on Alex's YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. See you then, folks. Merry Christmas.